Welcome back to the Toronto Thunderbirds franchise here on Madden 25. In today's episode, we are finally looking to wrap up Season 1 of this franchise so we can finally get to the offseason and get a little bit of help added. But as you can see here on the left side of the screen, we have a bit to get to today. As usual, we will start with our player upgrades here. We're going to begin with John Rodriguez, who now is a 70 overall with his temporary boost. He's getting +1 to block shed, 2 to power move, and 1 to pursuit. And then we have our defensive captain and middle linebacker Tracy Wilcox, our second round pick from the last season. We're going to upgrade his field general trait here, and he is going to end up getting +1 to awareness, man coverage, pursuit, tackle, and zone coverage. And the final upgrade we're going through right now is going to be quarterback Ben Richardson. We're going to upgrade his field general trait. Doesn't look like it changes overall at all here, but he gets +1 to awareness, play action, throw accuracy mid, throw accuracy short, and throwing under pressure. The next thing up is going to be the running back breakout scenario, and they're talking about Keelan Wayne, who had a fantastic game in our last one, or at least for what we have so far. We're going to just say normal and give him an easy goal because I don't really know how well he's going to play. In the last game, he had like 80 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, which is a pretty solid game for him. And this game, he needs to get 75 yards rushing and a touchdown to get up to a star dev trait. We still have a bit to get through before we can get into our first game of the episode, and the next thing up is another press conference. Coach, it's been a rough season. Well, no duh. How are you approaching the remaining games? Are you trying to build momentum heading into next year? Yeah, we're going to say of course we are, and I'm going to really hope that doesn't come back to bite me. What is going to be our goal here? All right, I guess that was the next question because I skipped right past it. What is your goal? Win the final 4 games and crest the critics by scoring 40 points this week. We'll throw for 350 yards with Ben Richardson. Why not? We'll attempt that. We'll see how well that goes. It's probably not going to go well for me. The next thing is one of our 2 team meetings, and we are going to, I guess, select this one. Their left guard gives up 2 sacks. That's going to be our goal for this game. The other team meeting is about their defense, and we're going to say Keelan Wayne scores 2 rushing touchdowns. So that's going to be our goal because apparently they don't have good defensive tackles. And we'll check the depth chart here in a minute, but we'll see if they actually, can do that. We are going to try to get a contract done here for tight end Braden Willis. He doesn't have a lot of interest in coming back here because he wants to be in a warm weather state. So we're going to up his money just a bit for a 3-year offer. And will he take that? Yes, he will. So we do get to keep Braden Willis for next season. Another guy I'm going to try to bring in is running back Keelan Wayne. I really don't want to be negotiating with him too much in the offseason. So we'll up his money just a bit, another 3-year offer for him. He's only 21 years old, already a 70 overall, and a scheme fit for us. And he is starting to like the offer, but unsure if the team gets him the future he is looking for. Those are the only 2 contracts I am throwing out here at the start of this episode. Obviously, we got Braden Willis. We'll have to keep negotiating with running back Keelan Wayne. But there is a new injury on this team. And it is a draft pick that we actually made. It was in the 7th round. Outside linebacker Sean Chason has a knee cartilage tear and is going to miss the rest of the season, so I have added him to IR, and then we signed a new backup outside linebacker in Jermaine Carter, and our starter is now going to be Jake Hansen. But now it is finally time to take a look at the Saints depth chart. They are led by a 76 overall quarterback in Justin Fields. At running back is an 83 overall in Alvin Kamara. Wide receivers an 87 Chris Olave, an 81 Rashid Shaheed, and a 72 Bub Means. At tight ends a 77. Left tackle is going to be an 82, left guard is going to be a 69, center is going to be an 86, right guard is going to be an 80, and right tackle is going to be an 86. At left end, they have an 82 overall in Carl Granderson. At right end, an 83 in Chase Young. Defensive tackle is a 77 and a 75. Left outside linebacker is going to be a 77. Middle linebacker is an 83. Right outside linebacker is going to be an 80. At corner, they have an 88 overall in Kool-Aid McKinstry and an 80 overall in Michael Carter. At free safety is an 84 in Tyrann Mathieu, and strong safety is an 82 with Jeremy Chen. This is one of our final home games on the season. We have this one against New Orleans, and then next week we take on the New York Jets in Toronto, and those final 2 games of the year we will end up on the road. So let's see if we can try to get a win in these next couple weeks to at least send the fans home happy to end the season. We would end up with the ball first today on a 3rd and 3 at the Saints 24, looking to keep our drive alive, and he's going to take off, but Richardson will not get the first down. 4th and 1. We apparently are not going to be aggressive today. We're going to settle for a 39-yard field goal try and take a 3-0 lead. Later on in the first quarter, while simulating a bit, both of us would end up punting it away a couple times, but then the Saints got the ball to the 10-yard line and end up with a 90-yard touchdown to Alvin Kamara, so they have taken now a 7-3 lead. We jump a little bit later into the game, now into the second quarter. It's still 7-3, and we face a 3rd and 9 from the 39 of New Orleans. Richardson will drop back to pass, going deep downfield. He finds his man. That's Braden Willis down inside the 10-yard line with his brand new contract coming in to make plays. That leads to a 1st and goal. He comes back in a shotgun set. It is Keelan Wayne in at running back. But Richardson will be looking to pass, dropping farther back. Now rolling to the outside. Richardson may take off, and he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. We will take the lead. Unfortunately, though, it will not be a 3-point lead because our extra point was blocked, so we just remain up 9-7. The defense would end up forcing a punt in simulation. Now with 2:05 to go, we face a 3rd and 5 from the 47. He will drop back to pass. Richardson to the outside. We've got the 1st down, and that is going to be Tyquan Thornton taking us down to the 2-minute warning. Now we'll come back in shotgun again. It looks like DJ Dallas has checked in at running back here, but Richardson will be looking to pass again. Going downfield, he's got a man for the 1st down. That is Dimitri Cox all the way down to the 18. It's not very often you have a quarterback and a receiver both fighting for Rookie of the Year, but that's what's going on here, and I think we just got them on a neutral zone infraction. Well, they would call it encroachment, even though I didn't see him touch anybody, but either way, it's a 1st and 5 now from the 13. Richardson dropping back to pass, going to the outside. That one will fall incomplete. He was trying to force that one into Braden Willis, so now it's a 2nd and 5. He will drop back to pass again. Going over the middle, he finds his man. That's Braden Willis, setting up a 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line. We would then burn our first timeout. So now the clock is stopped at 1 minute and 9 seconds to go here in the first half. Out of an I formation, we give this one to our running back, and Keelan Wayne will get down to the 1-yard line. We do not burn a timeout this time. We have let it run down to 30 seconds to go. DJ Dallas is in the backfield, but that's going to be another flag. Is this one on us? No, it's another neutral zone infraction. Once again, they would rule that an encroachment. Once again, I didn't see him touch anybody. 2nd and goal from the 1. It's a toss play to the outside to DJ Dallas, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. I honestly kind of figured we would go for this to try to make it a 10-point game, but I guess not. We'll just kick the extra point. Now, I don't want to jinx anything here, but our defense is playing really well in simulation. They would get the ball first to start the half and go with a 3-and-out. Now we face a 3rd and 10 at the 29, and Richardson up the middle for the 1st down all the way to the 13-yard line. Now we're going to line up under center, and Keelan Wayne is checked in at running back. It will be a handoff to Wayne to the outside, and he is going to get met and brought down to the 10-yard line. So that was only good for a 3-yard carry. Now we come out with a 5-wide set. Richardson is all alone in the backfield this time. He will take the snap and look to pass, going over the middle, and that is caught and held onto by Kyrie Smith. That sets us up for a 1st and goal from the 2. Keelan Wayne is in at running back, and that's where we go with it. Wayne up the middle, gets flipped into the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. And now this time we will go for 2 to try to make it a 17-point game. Out of a shotgun set, we're going to give this one to DJ Dallas, and he is not going to find the end zone, so we remain up 22-7. Just because we have not watched any of the defense today, we'll go ahead and jump in here for a 3rd and 15. Dropping back to pass, going to the outside, finding his man, and that will bring up a 4th down, and they should punt it away. On the ensuing drive for Toronto, it says there's a 15-yard penalty against the defense, but I'm guessing it does not matter, considering the Saints now have the ball, so we had some sort of turnover. And the Saints are obviously looking to take advantage of that turnover. We are now in the 4th quarter. It's a 1st and 10 from our 10. He's going to send a man in motion. Fields will take the snap. It's a toss play to the outside, and it worked perfectly as Rashid Shaheed is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Actually, go ahead and scratch that. They would review it and rule it a 1st and goal, but he was not into the end zone. So from the half-yard line, Fields will drop back, and that one is definitely going to be a touchdown for the Saints. This 3rd down could end up being a massive one when we look back at this game. 3rd and 7, dropping back to pass, rolling to the outside. Richardson's going to get sacked on the play, trying to get rid of the ball, and we will punt it back to New Orleans. And the Saints have managed to drive all the way down to our 16-yard line, where it's a 1st and 10 out of an I formation. Handoff to Kamara, who will be met and brought down for just a 3-yard carry. We would have an injury on the play, so the clock does stop at 6:32 to play. Now from under center, they go back to Kamara to the outside, and he is going to get into the end zone with a diving effort. Barely got in, but they have a chance to tie this one up. They are obviously going to go for 2 out of a pistol set here. Fields will take the snap and looking to pass. He throws it underneath, but he does not get in. We will hold on to our 2-point lead. And on our drive, we are facing another big 3rd down, this time a 3rd and 8 from the 32. Richardson will drop back to pass. He's thrown to the outside. That'll be caught for the 1st down by Dimitri Cox. About 4.5 minutes to go. We just need to try to run down the clock. We'll send a man in motion. It'll be a handoff to the outside, and this time Dimitri Cox is met in the backfield. A loss of 1. That would officially take us under 4 minutes to play here. Now a 2nd and 11. Out of a shotgun set, Richardson looking to pass, hit as he's throwing, so that will stop the clock at 3:44 as it falls incomplete. It's going to be a shotgun set. Keelan Wayne is lined up in the backfield from the 43-yard line. Richardson drops back to pass. He's under pressure, rolling to the outside, and will throw this one away to stop the clock at 3:39. Our punt would actually pin them down at the 1-yard line, so with 3:25 to go, out of an I formation, handoff to Alvin Kamara right up the middle, and they get a 5-yard carry right out the gate with that one. And Rashid Shaheed was injured on the play, so that does stop the clock for New Orleans. Now a 2nd and 5 from the 7. Fields dropping back to pass, going over the middle, and that'll be caught for the first down to the 15. Justin Fields with another shotgun set. Under 3 minutes to play. He'll send Kamara in motion. Fields will drop back to pass, and he's going to fire this one underneath. That'll be caught, and it's going to be met and brought down for a gain of about 7. That play may take us down to the 2-minute warning unless he can get this snap off. 2nd and 3. They will drop back to pass. A quick throw, he'll be caught and immediately brought down for just a 1-yard play. Officially, there is 1:58 to go here. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, though. It's a 3rd and 2 from the 23. He'll send Kamara out to line up at receiver. Fields drops back to pass. He's going to fire this over the middle and finds his man to convert on the 3rd down. It is Chris Olave. They elect to not burn a timeout there, though. 1:25 to go in the game. We cannot let them get into field goal range, guys. Fields will drop back to pass again. He fires, and that's going to find his man for another first down for New Orleans as they burn that first timeout with 1:18 to play. Now Fields comes back in shotgun from the 46. He's going to send Kamara out to play receiver again. So now Justin Fields is the only one in the backfield. He'll drop back to pass and go downfield, finds his man, and he'll be met and brought down for a 6-yard play. They would then burn their second timeout with 1:10 remaining. Fields out of shotgun. Fakes it to Kamara. Now throws to the outside, and he has his man for the first down out of bounds at the 35. This is not looking good as it looks like they are really close, if not already in field goal range. Handoff to Kamara, who goes to the outside. He is met and brought down, and we have burned our first timeout. And since they're running the ball, I think they are in pretty comfortable field goal range. 2nd and 7, 1:02 to go. Handoff to Kamara again to the outside. He'll get met and brought down. That sets up a 3rd and 2 as we burn our second timeout with 57 seconds to go. Now they come out with a 5-wide set. Fields is all alone in the backfield. He will drop back to pass again. He throws to the outside and finds his man, and we burn our final timeout with 53 seconds to go. New Orleans still has 1 timeout remaining. Fields is back in shotgun. Handoff to Kamara, who goes up the middle. He'll be met and brought down to the 19. They are letting the clock run down just a bit more. About 20 seconds to go in the game now. They're going to send a man in motion. Fields will take the snap. A quick throw over the middle that is going to be caught for the first down. And they burn their final timeout with 15 seconds to go and are going to attempt the field goal to take a 1-point lead. So our offense is going to have a very slim chance to win this game. If you remember back just a couple episodes ago, we played the Falcons, kicked a field goal to take the lead with 8 seconds to go. The offense took the field with 4 seconds and hit a Hail Mary. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. We have seen it in this series. The kick is going to be sent deep, and it will go for a touchback. Never mind, we're going to bring it out for some reason across the 20 and get brought down to the 22. So Ben Richardson, you have maybe a play, possibly 2, if you throw an incomplete pass. 1st and 10, dropping back, going to the outside. That'll be caught by Braden Willis, and he gets out of bounds with 5 seconds remaining. Why are we showing the kicker? There is very, very little chance that this will come down to a field goal. 2nd and 6 from the 26-yard line. We need to go about 74 yards downfield in 1 play. Richardson will drop back to pass. Just let this one go as far as you can, and that's what he's doing. It's in coverage, and that one will fall incomplete, and we will fall to 2 and 12. We got off to an incredible start in this game, but obviously at the end there, we needed the defense to come up big, and they could not do it, and the Saints got here with a 1-point victory. Quarterback Ben Richardson goes 24 of 38 for 272 yards, no touchdowns, at least not through the air, and then 1 interception thrown. On the ground, Keelan Wayne ran for 34 yards in a score, Ben Richardson ran for 47 in a score, and DJ Dallas got a rushing touchdown as well. Receiving, Braden Willis was our best one, 7 for 88 today. Tracy Wilcox, our middle linebacker, leads the team in tackles with a total of 10. We only got 1 sack, and that was from John Rodriguez, and we got no interceptions. And over on the other side, Justin Fields goes 24 for 32, 292 yards and 2 scores. Alvin Kamara, 63 yards rushing and a touchdown. And then receiving 6 for 67 from Rashid Shaheed and a score. And Alvin Kamara, 4 for 113 and a touchdown. Granted, 90 of those came from one play in simulation, but still a pretty good day. There are a handful of upgrades following that game, starting with running back Keelan Wayne. Unfortunately, did not get that depth trait increase, but is up to a 71 overall, getting +1 to awareness, juke move, and 3 to spin move. Next up is going to be wide receiver Kyrie Smith, and I've been upgrading his playmaker trait. We're going to keep doing that, as he gets +1 to carry and catch in traffic, deep route, 3 to medium route, 2 to short route, and 1 to spin move. Jaleel Torrance also gets an upgrade point. We're going to upgrade his slot, and hopefully that does not move him out of a scheme fit. Does not look like it did, but he gets +1 to awareness, 2 to man coverage, and 4 to his zone coverage. And then I'm a little bit surprised to see Ben Richardson here, because he just got an upgrade last week. It looks like he hit his milestone goal of 3,500 passing yards this season, so we got 8,500 XP. I will gladly take that. We're going to upgrade his field general again, and that is going to move him up just a bit, and he gets +1 to awareness and 2 to throw accuracy mid. Now our next opponent is the 4-10 New York Jets, but we do have a little bit of news here. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I went over what the standings were. Well, it turns out Cleveland won their game last week, so as of right now, we are the only team with a 2-12 record and currently have the #1 overall pick. Obviously, if we win a game, we could probably screw that up, but we'll see if we can actually pull out a win at all. The New York Jets are actually going to be led by Trey Lance or Kenny Pickett. I'm honestly not sure which one's going to get the start. I think I've seen both of them starting in like the news section throughout the entire season, so we'll figure out who their starting quarterback actually is. But then at running back, they have a 92 overall in Breece Hall. At wide receivers, an 88 Garrett Wilson, an 87 Devontae Adams, and an 80 overall in Malachi Corley. Over at tight ends, a 78 overall superstar X-Factor rookie tight end Greg Curry. Left tackle is an 87, left guard is an 81, center is an 80, right guard is going to be an 86, and right tackle is an 80. So they have a pretty solid offensive line. Over to their defense, Will McDonald's only a 78 overall. That probably should be a little bit higher. At right end, a 79 overall in Jermaine Johnson, and he is backed up by Hassan Reddick, who has definitely taken a bit of an overall hit over the last couple seasons in real life. Defensive tackle, Quentin Williams, a 93 overall. Outside linebacker is going to be a 75. Middle linebacker is an 82. Right outside linebacker is an 82 as well. At corner, they have a 97 in Sauce Gardner, an 86 in DJ Reed, and an 80 in Martin Emerson. Free safety is going to be a 76, and strong safety is also going to be a 76. I almost forgot that I wanted to get this deal done, so we're going to go ahead and up Keelan Wayne's money just a bit, and hopefully he takes this 3-year offer. And I'm happy to sign and continue to play for this great organization. All right, so at worst, Keelan Wayne will be our backup running back next season. I am going to try to find a starter during the offseason, whether that be the draft or free agency. But I still want to bring Keelan Wayne back because I feel like he's progressing pretty well. But now that that is taken care of, we can get into our final home game of the season. And seeing those 3 X Factors under the Jets name is kind of terrifying. But let's go ahead and jump into this game. And it looks like the starting quarterback is going to be Trey Lance as the Jets get the ball first. It's now a 3rd and 5. He's under pressure, hit as he's throwing, and that one will fall incomplete. So they will have to settle for about a 45-yard field goal try here to go up 3-0 in the first quarter. The kick is away, and this one will be good. Unfortunately, we only got the ball one time in the first quarter and ended up punting it away. So the Jets now have a 1st and goal from the 5, handoff to Breece Hall to the outside, and he is met in the backfield, a loss of 1 on the play. That will now set up a 2nd and goal. Trey Lance is back in shotgun. Breece Hall is still in the backfield. Lance will look to pass. He's going to roll to the outside under a lot of pressure, and he is getting sacked on the play by Barno back to the 16. He has been one of those guys that I signed that I did not expect anything from and has been really good for us. Now a 3rd and goal. Lance will drop back. It's going to be a screen to the outside, caught by Breece Hall, but he is met and brought down by Tracy Wilcox, so they should settle for another field goal. And personally, I have found out if you actually simulate kicks, sometimes they actually miss them. Whenever you watch every kick, it feels like they make every single kick, and Will Lutz somehow missed a 30-yard field goal in simulation. But unless we convert on a 3rd and 12, it's going to be pretty much for nothing. Trying to avoid the 3 and out. It's going to be a screen out of our own to DJ Dallas. He gets one hell of a block, but we'll get nowhere near the marker, and we will punt it away on 4th and 7. But on the very next play for the Jets following the punt, MJ Stewart comes away with an interception and we take over at the 27-yard line. So let's see if Ben Richardson can finally get this offense going. Out of a shotgun set, it will be a read option. Richardson keeps it himself and will get brought down for just a gain of a yard. That will lead to a 2nd and 9. It looks like DJ Dallas is lined up in the backfield at running back. From the 26-yard line, that's where we go with it, and Dallas up the middle will have the first down, getting all the way to the 14-yard line. On the next play, it would go back to DJ Dallas for just a 2-yard gain. So now a 2nd and 8 from the 12, and we come out with a 5-wide set. Richardson under pressure, rolling to the outside, throws on the run, and that one will fall incomplete. Bringing up a 3rd and 8 now from the 12-yard line. Richardson will drop back to pass again. He's under pressure, needs to get rid of it, but is going to take the sack back to the 27. And we will at least watch this kick. A 44-yard try to get on the board today and tie it up at 3. The kick is away, and this one will be good. And I will take stuff like this all day. Obviously, I love seeing touchdowns happen, but I will take them in simulation. We force the Jets to punt, and on our next drive, we get a 42-yard touchdown pass from Ben Richardson to Kyrie Smith. And then on the Jets' following possession, Frank Ware picks off Trey Lance, and now we will take back over in Jets territory. But then it didn't even show me what happened. It just went blank because I guess it hit the 2-minute warning. But it looks like Ben Richardson got picked off by Quincy Williams, so the Jets will take the ball right back. And apparently everything cool is just going to happen in simulation as Trey Lance hits Malachi Corley for a 41-yard score, and now we're all tied up at 10 here late in the second quarter. We will jump in with 18 seconds to go in the half. We have the ball at the Jets' 23-yard line. Richardson dropping back to pass. He's going to lob this one down the sideline and just throw that one away with 12 seconds remaining. Hopefully we play this smart and actually manage to kick a field goal before halftime. And that is going to be a penalty on somebody, and I think it's going to be us by our offensive line's reaction. Never mind, it's going to be encroachment on the Jets. That would move the ball up to the 18-yard line for a 2nd and 5. Still with 12 seconds to go here in the half. Richardson will drop back to pass. He's going to fire this one towards the sideline and get intercepted by DJ Reed, and that is going to be a pick 6 for the Jets. As long as Tyquan Thornton can't catch him, and yeah, nobody's getting near him. Touchdown Jets, they will take the lead into halftime. So I guess we will see here if Ben Richardson can respond to that. We have started the second half with the ball. It's a 3rd and 9 from the 37-yard line, going deep over the middle. He finds his man, that's Kyrie Smith, down to about the 10-yard line. Now it's going to be a 5-wide set. Richardson comes out as the only one in the backfield. He will take the snap and looks to pass. He's going to throw this one to the outside, and that should have been another interception. So that brings up a 2nd and 10. Richardson back in shotgun. Keelan Wayne is the running back. He's going to lob this one to the back corner of the end zone, and it will fall incomplete. If there were no defenders there, that looked like a really pretty ball to Tyquan Thornton at least. So now a 3rd and 10. Another 5-wide set for Toronto. Richardson will take the snap and look to pass, going to the end zone, and this time he will find Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown Thunderbirds as we will tie this game up. The Jets, however, are not looking to have this be a tie game much longer. 3rd and 1 from the 17, and did we just hand them a first down? I believe we did. No, it's actually going to be a false start. All right, cool, it's on the Jets, not us. So instead of a 3rd and 1, they face a 3rd and 6 from the 22 now. Lance lines up under center. He will drop back to pass. He's under pressure. Throws it to the outside, and that one will fall incomplete, and they will settle for a field goal. Will Lutz would not miss that kick. They go up by 3. We would have to punt it away, and now they have a 1st and 10 from the 10. Lance dropping back to pass. He's going to take off up the middle, making people miss, and he will slide down to about the 6-yard line. Defense, we really need a stop here. I would really take a pick 6. That would be amazing. On 2nd down, hand off to Breece Hall to the outside, and they will get into the end zone. Can't have a pick 6 if you just run the ball. And I saw us get into the situation in simulation, and on 4th and 1, down by 10 with 9 minutes to go, I figured we would go for it, but I guess not. And the Jets are looking to capitalize on that and put this game away as they have now driven down to our 14-yard line with a 5-wide set. Lance throws this underneath. That'll be caught, and he gets down to the 5-yard line to bring up a 2nd and 1. And what is that amount of yards? I'm going to assume that's a glitch and that Breece Hall has not ran for over 230,000 yards. But now on a 2nd and 1, out of a 5-wide set, he goes to the outside. He finds Garrett Wilson, and Wilson will get down to the 1-yard line. I think he's maybe an inch out. Yeah, that is about as close as you can get. Breece Hall is lined up in the backfield. Lance will look to pass. Standing in the pocket. He's going to try to run. Our defender's just standing there and lets him walk into the end zone. Touchdown Jets, and that will put this game away. In garbage time, Ben Richardson would find Tyquan Thornton in the end zone to add just one more touchdown, so your final score today is 34-24 as we fall to 2-13. I would say Ben Richardson had a pretty solid day for a rookie quarterback, 16 of 28 for 227, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Running the ball, Richardson ran for 24 yards. Keelan Wayne only got 4 carries today and got 8 yards. We do not run the ball sometimes in simulation, and I really don't know what to do about that. Receiving, Kyrie Smith 5 for 91 and a touchdown. Tyquan Thornton 3 for 49 and 2 scores. Braden Willis 3 for 53. And once again, it's going to be Tracy Wilcox leading our team in tackles with a total of 6 today. We only got 1 sack, and that was from Barno, and we actually saw that happen. And we got 1 interception from NJ Stewart and 1 from rookie Frank Ware. For the Jets, Trey Lance goes 20 of 30 for 254, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. On the ground, Breece Hall ran the ball 20 times for 97 yards and a score. Trey Lance 9 for 28 and a score. And then receiving, their best one was Garrett Wilson 7 for 75, and Malachi Corley caught their only receiving touchdown. Moving on past that game, we do have a few more upgrades to get to like usual, so we're going to go ahead and start with tight end Braden Willis, who is now going to go up to a 70 overall for us as we upgrade his vertical threat, getting +2 to awareness, and then 1 to catch in traffic, catching deep route, medium route, and trucking. We also have our rookie kicker, Sam Haynes. We're going to try to upgrade his accuracy trait just because he has like 91 kick power, but not very good accuracy. And all he's going to get is +3 to awareness. Awesome. Middle linebacker, Tracy Wilcox also gets an upgrade point. So we're going to go and upgrade his field general, going up to an 82 overall right now. And he's going to get +2 to block shedding, 1 to pursuit, tackle, and zone coverage. And once again, there is franchise quarterback Ben Richardson. Once again, we're going to upgrade his field general. He is now officially a scheme fit, so he'll get even more experience right now. But he gets +1 to awareness, throw accuracy mid, and throw accuracy short. And I forgot to mention it before the last game, but we actually had another injury on the team. Adam Butler got hurt, and he is going to be out for the season, so I added him to IR, and I signed Jonah Williams before the last game. But now, following the last game, we have 2 more injuries on this team, and they are both going to be out the rest of the season. One of them is pretty massive because it's our #1 corner in Jaleel Torrance. So he has been moved to IR, and I brought up Justin Venable from our practice squad, one of our backup corners. And then Kendall Lamb, one of our starting offensive linemen, has a dislocated elbow and is going to miss the last 2 weeks of the season. So he has also been thrown on IR, and I brought up another guy from the practice squad in James Chambers. But getting ready for our next game, it is against the 6-9 New York Giants, who are led by 76 overall quarterback Daniel Jones. I'm guessing in this universe he was never released. At running back, they have a 79 overall in Cam Akers. Over at wide receivers, an 86 in Malik Neighbors, an 80 overall in Wan'Dale Robinson, and a 77 in Darius Slayton. At tight ends, a 76 overall. Their left tackle is going to be an 88. Left guard is going to be a 78. Center is going to be a 71. Right guard is a 69. This is just getting progressively worse. And then right tackle is a 77. Over on defense, they have a 76 overall left end. At right end, a 75. Defensive tackle is a 99 overall Dexter Lawrence. Probably going to have a field day with our offensive line. At outside linebacker, they have Kayvon Thibodeau, who is an 80 overall. Middle linebacker is an 85, and Bobby Okereke, backed up by Cole Holcomb, who is an 80 overall. Right outside linebacker is an 87, and Brian Burns. At corner is an 82, Drew Phillips, and an 81, Deontay Banks. Free safety is a 79 overall rookie, Brendan Hankins out of Clemson, and strong safety is Tyler Newman, an 80 overall. As we get ready to jump into one of our final games of the season, obviously I'm still hoping this team can win some games, but I'm not going to lie, I would be a little upset if we managed to pull out a win and then miss the #1 pick. Granted, we're still going to have a high draft pick no matter what, so it doesn't really matter that much, but let's just see if we can maybe end the season on a high note and get a win, even if it costs us #1 pick. I just like winning. The Giants get the ball first today and have driven down to our 7-yard line. It's a 2nd and 4. Jones looking to pass, stand in the pocket. He's going to step up and try to take off, but he will slide down before getting to the marker. So that will bring up a 3rd and 2 now for the Giants. Daniel Jones back in shotgun again. From the 6-yard line, he will look to pass. And he's going to throw this one to a wide open Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. However, it does look like Ben Richardson wants to respond to that. So a 1st and 10 at the Giants 13. He will look to pass. He's going to the end zone, and that one gets knocked away. He was trying to find Dimitri Cox. Now on a 2nd and 10. He's back in shotgun again. It looks like DJ Dallas just checked into the backfield, and that is where we will go with it. DJ to the outside will get met at the 10-yard line for just a 3-yard carry. That will bring up a 3rd and 7. He is back in his shotgun set again. DJ Dallas still in the backfield. And Richardson will look to pass this time. He's under a lot of pressure, rolling to the outside, throws on the run, finds DJ Dallas, but not much of a play, only a gain of 1. And it should send out Sam Haynes for a short field goal try here of only about 25 yards, but at least we will be on the board today. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and it is good. The Giants' next drive would take us down to a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line here in the second quarter. Jones out of shotgun will hand off to the running back, who will fight his way up the middle and get brought down to the 1-yard line. So they will come back out in a shotgun formation again. Cam Akers is still the back, and that may be a penalty on Toronto, but it's not really going to matter that much. Yeah, they call it a neutral zone infraction, but what are you going to do? Move the ball like an inch forward? So obviously it is still a 2nd and goal. Now from just a little bit closer. Out of a goal line set, they hand off to Cam Akers, who will not get into the end zone, brought down inside the 1. That was a great stand from our defense there, but can we do it again? Daniel Jones on a shotgun set. They go back to Cam Akers to the outside, and he is met and brought down in the backfield by Tracy Wilcox. But they are not going to settle for a field goal. Jones stays on the field as they are going to go for it here. 4th and goal from just outside the 1. They go back to Cam Akers, and he dives into the end zone. They say he got in, but he definitely got punished for it. But the Giants are now up 14-3. On the ensuing drive for the Thunderbirds, we have managed to get into Giants territory. It's a 3rd and 12. There's a screen to the outside caught by DJ Dallas, and he will get met and brought down at the 30. So that will once again bring out kicker Sam Haynes, this time for about a 47-yard try. To make it a 1-score game, the kick is away, and this one will be good. And now with just 44 seconds to go in the half, they have driven the ball down to the 8-yard line. They only have 1 timeout, but it's a 1st and goal. Jones throwing to the outside, finds his man, and the Giants are right into the end zone, making it 21-6. We will now jump a lot later into the game. I skipped the entire 3rd quarter. The only thing that happened is the Giants got a field goal, and we punted the ball a few times. But on one of the Giants' drives in the 4th quarter, Shaq Wolf actually comes away with an interception, so our defense has some sign of life. But the question is, will our offense respond by showing any life of their own? 4th and 5, and we're getting sacked in the backfield by Bobby Okereke. Turnover on downs. The Giants would end up scoring a touchdown from that to make it 31-6, and now with under 6 minutes to go, it looks like Ben Richardson has thrown a pick to Deontay Banks, so they will have a chance to just add more to it as they get down to the 1-yard line and then punch it in. So it is now 38-6. Yeah, this game has not gone right. Alright, this one was just unnecessary. With 27 seconds to go in the game, they were already up 38-6, and they are still throwing the ball as Daniel Jones throws another touchdown to make it 45-6. And thankfully, we can finally just get out of here. This was a brutal game. We obviously didn't even watch much of it. It was never really close. We saw a couple of field goals, but yeah, even in simulation, we got completely dominated. Quarterback Ben Richardson goes 17 for 28, 156, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. And once again, we don't really run the ball at all for whatever reason in Super Sim. Receiving, Braden Willis 5 for 62 was our best receiver on the day. Austin Acosta actually ended up leading our team in tackles today with a total of 11. We got 0 sacks, but we did get 1 interception from Shaq Wolf. But what the hell kind of performance was this from Daniel Jones? 24 of 26 for 292, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That is absurd. Running the ball, Cam Akers got 102 yards and 2 scores. Daniel Jones even ran in for a touchdown of his own. And then receiving, their best one was Wandale Robinson, 7 for 80. And the Neighbors got a touchdown, Bellinger got a touchdown, and Tracy got a touchdown. We are about to jump into our final regular season game of Season 1. But as usual, we do have some player upgrades to get to, starting with wide receiver Dimitri Cox. We're going to upgrade his playmaker ability. He's going to get +4 to ball carrier vision, 2 to catch in traffic, and then 1 to catching, deep route, juke move, release, and short route. The next player up is outside linebacker Austin Acosta. We're going to upgrade his pass coverage, so he goes up to an 81 overall right now, and he's going to get +1 to man, tackle, and 2 to zone. And finally for this week, we have one more upgrade for middle linebacker Tracy Wilcox. We'll upgrade his field general yet again. He goes up to an 83 overall when he doesn't have super low morale, getting +1 to play rec, 2 to tackle, and 1 to zone coverage. Going into this game, we have to take on our divisional opponent in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We played them back in week 2 and nearly defeated them. They beat us in overtime 26-20, but Tampa Bay has also already secured the division with their 9-7 record, so obviously the NFC South was not that competitive this year, or at least not that good this year. Baker Mayfield is still going to be their starting quarterback at an 81 overall. Running back is still Bucky Irving at an 85. Over at wide receiver, they have an 89 in Mike Evans, an 83 in Quentin Johnson, and a 77 in Trey Palmer. Not real sure where Chris Godwin is. I don't remember if he was on the team earlier this season or not, or if he's just injured right now. Over at tight end is Cade Otton at an 81. Left tackle is going to be a 97. Left guard is an 84. Center is an 82. Right guard is a 78. And right tackle is an 80. Over on defense, they have an 89 overall at left end. Right end is going to be an 81. Defensive tackle is a 91 overall. Outside linebacker will be a 76. Middle linebacker is going to be an 84. Right outside linebacker is an 82. At corner, they have an 89 overall in Jamel Dean and an 82 overall in Zion McCullum. At free safety is a 96 overall Antoine Winfield, and strong safety is an 81 in Tyke Smith. Only one game left here in Season 1 of this franchise before we can finally add some help to this team through free agency and the draft. But let's see if we can go out on a high note and break some of the Buccaneers' momentum going into the playoffs. The first quarter would be scoreless, so now we jump in on a 3rd and 3 here in the second quarter as he finds Tyquan Thornton down to the 5-yard line to set up a 1st and goal. Maybe someone will finally put points on the board today. He's going to line up under center. Keelan Wayne is lined up at running back. It will be a toss play to the outside. He gets to the edge, breaks that tackle, and will be met and brought down. Only a 1-yard play. So now a 2nd and goal from the 4. We come out with a 5-wide set. Richardson will draw back to pass, going to the back of the end zone and finds his man, but he cannot get 2 feet in. So that leads to a 3rd and goal. Richardson back in shotgun again. He is the only one in the backfield. We'll take the snap and look to pass. Rolling to the outside. He's under pressure and will throw this one away, so we should at least be able to settle for a field goal. The first points of the day should be going on the board. Despite a block from Tampa Bay, the kick is away, and it is good. But apparently seeing us put points on the board would motivate Tampa Bay as they have now driven down to our 9-yard line, and that's going to be a flag on somebody. Is it going to be us? Yes, it is, and I believe that's going to give them the 1st down. That moves them up to the 5-yard line. Baker comes out in a pistol set. For the 1st and goal, he drops back to pass, a quick throw to the end zone, and finds his man. Touchdown to Quentin Johnston. We now jump ahead into the 3rd quarter where Tampa Bay would get the ball first, and they have a 1st and goal from the 4. It'll be a handoff to Bucky Irving, who will dive down and get ruled into the end zone, actually. I thought we got him down at the 1, but they go up 14-3. And on the Thunderbirds' next drive, it's a 4th and 2 from the 39, but we are going to go for it. We send DJ Dallas in motion. It's a quick throw to a wide open Tyquan Thornton down to the 27. We'll stay on this drive and see if we can't finally find the end zone today. On a 1st and 10, it'll be a handoff, and he is immediately hit in the backfield. DJ Dallas is going nowhere. For the 2nd and 13, Keelan Wayne is checked into the game at running back as Richardson finds Braden Willis, who will fight for the 1st down all the way to the 17. Now it is going to be a 5-wide set for Toronto, and we could have had a free play there. They almost jumped off sides. Richardson looking to pass to the outside. He will find his man, and that is DJ Dallas breaking that tackle and getting a gain of 8. So now on a 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line, this is going to be a free play. A quick throw to the outside, caught by Braden Willis, who will have the 1st down, and we should be able to decline that penalty. Actually, you know what? Ignore me. Had we declined it, we got the ball the 6. We accepted, got the ball the 4, and then nearly throw an interception. Let's just not do that, Richardson. He drops back to pass again. Rolling to the outside, needs to throw it away, and finally will get rid of it. 3rd and goal. A field goal would obviously still make this a 1-score game, but I would much rather find the end zone. Richardson will drop back to pass from under center. He's under pressure. Hit as he's throwing, and that one will go out of bounds. So that will lead to another short field goal try for Sam Haynes. The kick is away, and it is now 14-6. The very following Buccaneers drive will take us into the 4th quarter. With about 10 minutes to go now, it's a 2nd and 10 at the Toronto 16. Baker out of shotgun will drop back to pass, a quick throw over the middle, and that will set up a 3rd and 4. They're going to come out in shotgun again from the 10-yard line. He sends a man in motion. Bucky Irvin is lined up in the backfield. Baker will look to pass, though. He fires downfield. That's tipped in the air and almost caught off the deflection, but Tampa Bay should settle for the field goal. Come on, give us something crazy. Come up with a block, just a wild miss something. The kick is away, and it is going to be 17-6. And how does our offense respond but with an interception to Jamel Dean? They take over at the 26-yard line with 9:08 to play. And just a handful of plays later, it's a 3rd and 9 from the 14. Baker is back in shotgun. He's going to send a man in motion. He will take the snap. It's going to be a play fake to Bucky Irving. He's looking to run, and he somehow gets away from everybody and turns that into a gain of 2. That definitely should have been a loss in the backfield. But they will once again send out their kicker, this time to make it a 14-point game with 6 minutes to go. The kick is away, and it is good. The Thunderbirds face a 4th and 3 on their next drive from the 37-yard line. Richardson will take the snap, roll into the outside, under pressure, breaks away from that sack, and then will get sacked anyway, fumble the ball, and Tampa Bay has recovered it. Following the turnover, Tampa Bay would score a touchdown in simulation, and then we come back out and he throws another interception to Jamel Dean, and let's see if we can actually hold them to a field goal try here, and that's exactly what we do. So now it's 30-6. And that would be your final score of our final regular season game here of Season 1. And honestly, I think losing Jaleel Torrance really hurt this defense. I feel like the defense was playing okay at the start of the episode, but once we lost Torrance, I feel like our entire defense fell apart. Granted, outside of Torrance, we do not have any good corners at all. I think our highest one is maybe Troy Pride at like a 70, so it is kind of understandable. But yeah, we get blown out in our final 2 regular season games. Not a great way to end the year. And the final stats for Ben Richardson do not look very pretty at all. 12 of 33 for 163 yards and 2 interceptions. On the ground, DJ Dallas got 7 carries for 12 yards. Keelan Wayne 6 for 17. Receiving, Tyquan Thornton did get 5 for 99, but he was apparently the only receiver to show up today. Over on defense, Tracy Wilcox led our team in tackles with a total of 10. We got 0 sacks today and 0 interceptions. And Baker Mayfield didn't exactly have a day like Daniel Jones did, but still had a pretty solid one. 21 of 29 for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. Running the ball, Bucky Irving got 58 yards on 19 carries and a score. And then receiving, it looks like Quentin Johnson got a touchdown and Jalen McMillan got a touchdown. That will finally wrap up Season 1 of this franchise. We finished 2-15. In the next episode, we'll go over all of these stats and awards for the season, and we will figure out how the playoffs exactly play out and who wins the Super Bowl, along with doing free agency and the draft. So we will be taking on the entire offseason. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next time.